hopefully this is slightly better. But yes, welcome to my channel. This is the first time I have worn my hair in a teeny mini afro on its own. Since I cut it in December, it's been exactly 2 months. It's been 2 months. So I wore it in a long-term protective style for a full month, and then I gave it like a break. So before I put it into another long-term protective style in a week's time, I was like, let me show you how I've been styling my short hair. This is me documenting my hair journey. It may not be the best advice, because honestly the style that I've been using is a high puff, and a high puff does horrors for our hairlines. But I wanted to keep it 100, and at least I'm only doing this for like a month. Actually 3 weeks. The first week when I come from the hair salon, which I'll explain in later videos, but his point is 1 week out of this month where I have my hair out, it's blow dried, so I'm able to put it into like a little bun. But I have actually struggled to put my hair in a puff while it's wet because it's too short. I can technically do it, but I've just not wanted to deal with all of that. But anyways, I felt very, very cute wearing my hair out, and it looks full, it looks healthy. Like if my father older, if you are new to my channel, like you know how thin my hair is, and for the newbies my hair is thin, so I'm just loving this fake thickness that the shrinkage is giving. And yeah, I will show you my wash day routine. Sorry for the long intro. But yeah, let's get into it. Let me show you the products I will be using. So the last time I did a wash day, I mentioned that I've been incorporating these two products because I have some scalp issues. So I am using the As I Am Dry and Itchy Scalp Shampoo. And then I follow up with the Rinse Out Conditioner. And this time I have added a deep conditioner because these are not very moisturizing, and if you're using them back to back, your hair starts to dry out. So I've added this and Jackie's In Control Moisturizing and Softening Conditioner. So I deep condition with this for now. So in terms of weather, this is like late February, early March of 2025. I'm Zambian. I lived in Zambia. It's been raining like every day. It's super humid. So yeah, that's like some added context to, you know, not only what I'm doing with my hair, but how like the weather is faring as well. So yeah, I've been using this for that sort of weather. So it's not hot, it's not cold, it's just like a normal in between for where I live. Then in terms of styling, I am still using the accompanying leave-in conditioner to that line, and then I use the Twist Defining Cream from As I Am, but this is from a different line. This is the classic line. Yeah, I just use this to style my hair. So yes, I will stop yapping here, and the rest of the video will be a voiceover.
Alrighty, so the first thing I do is use like warm-ish to hot water, and I just make sure I thoroughly wet my hair. And I do start off my wash days on semi-shrunken hair for the most part. That has been my routine, and I don't struggle with knots and tangling. And I think I will give some pointers throughout, you know, the course of this video on how I'm able to do that. But for the most part, like honestly, despite having my hair in a shrunken state, I don't have to pre-pull or detangle and the like. Maybe it's because of having low density hair and it being short, or it being at this length, but I'm honestly not having challenges, and just applying like warm water and taking my time and making sure that, you know, my hair is saturated prior to going in with the shampoo seems to work just fine. So I do use that As I Am Dry and Itchy Scalp Shampoo. I just make sure that during the first lather I focus on my scalp as much as possible. Like for my oldies, like you've seen me wash my hair 1,000 times, but yeah, I still wanted to add this into this video for 2025 because at least the timeline of me editing my footage and the current date, like at least is getting closer. Like I'm catching up on my editing, though this was filmed in like the first quarter of 2025, but we're getting closer, so yeah, I just usually do 2 lathers. Like it just depends on how dirty my hair is. Sometimes I do 3, but for the most part I do 2 lathers. And with the second lather, yeah, my hair definitely foams up a lot more. So this was me just rinsing it out. Sorry about the dogs in the background, as always. They stay featuring in my videos. And I just use a microfiber towel. So with regards to the conditioning stage, again, I am so sorry about the dogs. I truly apologize. But yeah, I go in with the As I Am Dry and Itchy Scalp Conditioner. And so for the conditioning part, I do section my hair. Like I section my hair so that I can, at least be thorough and actually detangle it here. And I use my paddle brush, Denman brush. Like I know there's the 7-roll Denman that most people don't like, but this one is an actual detangling brush. So I just take my time, I apply the conditioner and detangle with it. Though this conditioner, to be honest, does not have slip. Like if you don't have scalp issues, I wouldn't recommend this conditioner. I just use it because of my self-diagnosed seborrheic dermatitis and I want to use something that accompanies the shampoo because I tell myself it's like a primer before I deep condition for me to kind of help or just heal my scalp issues even before I apply that deep conditioner. So yeah, I just take my time, I detangle, and this is just me showing like the last section at the top. So during this time of the year, and I think I'll even mention this like a little later. This is my routine from like late November to early May, which is pretty much like half a year when the weather is hot and humid. I have like quick wash days. Like I don't really have to do too much because like the weather is like favorable. Like it's okay for my hair. Like it's not harsh weather or any extremes. So I tend to have quick-ish wash days. So even with this conditioner, I just leave it on for 3 minutes, like I've mentioned here. And yeah, this is 3 minutes later. So like I said, this conditioner is pretty much something that's just complements the shampoo for my scalp issues. It's not the best, and this is me just trying to help it out by like scrunching it into my hair just to help it absorb a bit more. But yeah, it's not the best conditioner. I'm just using it for my scalp issues. And this is after I had rinsed it out, and it was now time for me to add the deep conditioner. So again, like I said, I don't really do too much during like these months of the year. I had already sectioned my hair during the conditioning stage and detangled, so I just apply my deep conditioner in one section, or at least that's what I did for the most part when my hair was at this length. Like I didn't have to do too much. I just applied it into one section. And then I always add just a bit extra to my hairline. So I apply a plastic cap and I only leave it on for 10 minutes. So this is 10 minutes later, and honestly it's enough again for humid weather. Like I don't really need to do too much, and it's soft enough, like it's done its job. And then this is now me after having rinsed it out, and then it's time for me to set my hair. So as you can tell, you can see if you squint your eyes that there's some coil definition just with me having rinsed out my hair. So I feel like the washing and conditioning and deep conditioning stage did its thing, and my hair is, like it's been taken care of. So I just section my hair in order to apply the styling products, and I will leave a link to my previous video of how I section and part my hair if I'm doing an out style or a twist out that I'm actually going to wear down. But since I was doing a high puff, I don't really bother with all of that. I just put my hair into 4 sections or quadrants and set my hair in twists, because I know that it's going to be kind of brushed up into a high puff, so I don't have to do too much. So I use the As I Am Dry and Itchy Scalp Leave-In Conditioner, and then I use the As I Am Twist Defining Cream, and everything will be listed in the description box, by the way, if you want a full listing of the products that I use. And this combination, like I've mentioned before in the past, sometimes it does flake, so I try not to use too much of each. So yeah, for this length and my density, I usually have 16 twists in total, like if I'm just trying to set my hair in a style that's going into a high puff. So that's me sectioning my hair into 4, and then it's like 4 twists per section or per quadrant of my hair. And that's pretty much it. I think I will show like one more section. So I get the leave-in conditioner and apply it, and kind of just finger rake it a bit, and then I get a bit of the twist defining cream and add that as well. And then I use my styling Denman brush, which you don't have to use. You can just use your finger, a white tooth comb, or whatever makes you happy. But I like to use like a tool, like a brushing tool of some sort, to smooth the product into my hair. And then I just 2-strand twist it. So this is how everything was looking. And again, like that emphasis of me having quick wash days during that period of the year. If I'm able to, I first wanted to show you how much hair I had shed or lost during the detangling process. So that's how much I lost with the paddle brush. And this is how much I lost with the styling brush. So it wasn't too bad for this wash day. And then depending on whether I'm able to or not, I like to just blow dry my hair for like maybe like 5 minutes, maximum 10 minutes, just to kind of aid like the process of me air drying my hair, so that I'm not going to bed with like very, very wet hair, because then like it definitely won't dry. So I just kind of start the process like I had mentioned with the blow dryer. And this is about, I don't know, like maybe I think 5 to 10 minutes later. And during that, like the first night or the first 2 nights that I'm actually setting my hair for the week, I like to sleep with a hairnet, because I'm a night sweater, and this helps like the twist dry faster, as opposed to me being under like a very heavy silk or satin bonnet. So it was now time to take down the twists. It's probably the next day. And if you want to, you can apply oil to your fingertips before unraveling your twists. I do that sometimes, but for some reason I forgot to do so on this day. And I just take my time taking down the twists. I'm not too bothered, because I'm not wearing it out as a twist out. And you'll see in a bit why I usually part my hair in rows if I'm wearing a twist out versus quadrants, because of those spaces that become very hard to hide or blend in, because of how thin my hair is. And that was me just saying that my hair felt very, very soft. Again, like I guess a combination of the products and also the humid weather was helping me feel like my hair was really, really soft. So yeah. And unfortunately, if you can tell, like in the front, there's like a section in the front where it flaked a bit. It does happen sometimes, but yeah, it wasn't too bad. Like I could still, go out without looking too crazy. So in order to do my high puff, I just get an Afro pick, and I tease the roots and mid shaft of my hair. So I'm not brushing it all the way to the ends because I'm trying to keep the curls at the end. Well, yeah, that was me like saying my hair was soft again, but yeah, I just kind of tease my roots and mid shaft, and then I get this old headband that I cut in half. And I will give a tip, like if you're someone who wants to be in the high puff business, which I don't recommend, even though it's what I did for the most part this year to maintain my hair. I use a thick headband. Like in the past, I've used like very thin headbands, or I know some people use shoelaces. Like I would advise against that. Like the thinner the band you're using, I feel like the more tension it's causing, because you're using like a small piece of fabric or elasticated fabric to kind of pull your hair to mold it, versus if you use something bigger or thicker, there's less tension. So I hope that makes sense. So if you can find like a headband that's thick enough, granted, if your hair is long enough to hide the headband, because that can be an issue as well, but just try and look for something thick, and like it should be like polyesterish. Like it should be like, it shouldn't be like full on cotton. Like if it has like a bit of that silky-ish feeling, it will also lessen the tension on your hair. Yeah, because sometimes if you use something like a harsh material, it might cause dents in your hair that will just, like to leave you with breakage, basically. Oh, and that's me smoothing my eyebrows. Like that's literally all I do for work, you guys. I just smooth my eyebrows and put Vaseline on my lips, and I call it a day. But yeah, this is me adding some edge gel, and I realized, when I played this back, because I don't really, okay, like I wasn't filming it myself every week, but when I filmed this myself this week, I was like, oh no, applying an edge gel first left me with this really ugly line of demarcation that I otherwise wouldn't see in the mirror because I can't see the top of my head. But yeah, that line of demarcation just did not look good when I played this back. So later on, I realized that I need to apply the edge gel first before I even put my hair up in a high puff, if that makes sense. So yeah, this was the final look for day one. I always look so nice and full and big because like it's fresh out of those twists, so it has that height, and your hair looks long. Yeah, before it shrinks out during the course of the week. But yeah, this is what it looked like on that first day, and this was me at the end of the day, the end of that work day. So for my nighttime routine, oops, like my headband had was sticking out at the end. But yeah, for my nighttime routine, I would just take down the headband and tuck my hair into a satin bonnet this time. And that was my nighttime routine. If you want to, you can retwist your hair every night and just add like a little bit of that twist defining cream. But I wasn't too bothered really. Yeah, I just let it shrink out during the course of the week. And every morning, so for my morning routine, I would apply a light oil. I highly recommend you only use a light, like don't use heavy oils if you're going to be doing this every day. Use a light oil or a serum, and this is key. Like, not only should you use a light oil or serum, but I really, really encourage you to use it daily if you're wearing your hair out like I am, because I feel like this is the reason why I don't deal with a lot of tangling on wash day. Granted, like my hair is also short at this stage, but still, just lubricating my ends every single day, and then pouring like warm to hot water on wash day, like everything just kind of sleeks down in one direction, as long as I'm gentle and I'm kind of running my fingers through my hair with that hot water like in one direction. Like I really do not deal with a lot of tangles despite having my hair in a shrunken style. So yeah, I wanted to add that tip as well. And in terms of me just redoing my high puff, yeah, I just basically tease, my roots and mid shaft like I had mentioned earlier. And I know the brushing every day is manipulation. Like I already have a struggle hairline. I know. But like I said at the beginning, I gave that disclaimer. This is just me documenting what I was doing. So You can get a few tips here and there. So if you're going to wear a high puff once in a while, yeah, you can use these tips, I guess. So yeah, this was me on the second day. Of course, the curl definition was gradually lessening as the days went by, and I would always use my rat tail comb to kind of tuck my hair all around, because again, it's still short and I didn't want it coming out of place out of the headband. And yeah, once again, so I don't think I'd realized at this point that I was leaving a line of demarcation with the edge gel. So I had applied the edge gel after putting my hair up in the band. And this is what it looked like on day 2. Yeah. So this was now the 3rd day, and I just repeated the same steps. So I got a light oil, scrunched it into my hair. Again, all the products that I will use will be listed in the description box. I got an afro pick and teased out my roots and mid shaft. And then this time I realized that I should apply the edge gel first. And that's what I did to the perimeter of my hairline. Then I brushed it up gently. Again, I know it's a lot of manipulation, but I am using this softish brush to smooth up my hair into the high puff. And I got my trusty headband once more. And at least with me putting the edge gel first, it looks a lot better. At least I think so. Like that line of demarcation is not there anymore. And of course, the eyebrows. So I do thread my eyebrows. That's the most I can do to help my face, because I'm too lazy to be up every morning doing my makeup. I'm not a morning person. So yeah, I just make sure my eyebrows are always threaded, and that kind of helps me look presentable. So unfortunately, my faulty tripod, right after I had filmed this footage, dropped. And my camera broke. My camera has dropped so many times in the past that I just got used to abusing it, but this was the last time. And it packed up my trusty. So I've been filming on a Sony A5100 since 2017 for over 7 years. So I was heartbroken. And then coincidentally, this day, so this is day 4 of this week. This was my birthday back in March. So this was 6th March. It was my birthday. I turned 33 this year. And yeah, I had to switch to using my phone. I had to make do with what I had. So I do apologize for the change in quality and just the sharpness of the footage. That's what happened. My camera broke. And yeah, I just repeated the same steps. And I apologize if this is repetitive, but I really did want to just show a detailed and realistic portrayal, as I always do, of how I take care of my hair. There's no secrets or gatekeeping or anything. Yeah, I will show it all. And yeah, at this point, yeah, it was there was hardly any definition on my ends, but it still looked cute. There was some slight definition that gave a bit of a poof with the coils. I think it was still very, very cute. So I did add just a bit more of the edge control, because I wanted to just give a few swoops. So I'm someone who doesn't really know how to do edges, decorative edges, but I wanted just a few swoops. So I did add just a bit more to my hairline on this day and the following one as well. Yeah, then I also just brush the back as well, because sometimes I would forget the back, or the kitchen, as Americans call it. But yeah, I would also kind of brush the back as well. And this was the final look. I felt very cute. And this is a picture of me having a B-day lunch with one of my besties. Shout out to you, girl, if you're watching this. And yeah, this was now a Friday, and I did wear makeup today, on this particular day, just a little bit of makeup, because I think we were celebrating International Women's Day, and we had to come to work in chitenge outfits, and pictures were going to be taken at work. So I made just a bit of effort, but it wasn't even like heavy makeup. It was just something light. Yeah. And same steps, some oil, some edge gel that I brushed around. I put it up into a high pony. Like at this point, it was very, yeah, like the hair was shrunken with zero definition on the ends. I added, I believe, like a bit more edge gel, like I had done the previous day as well. And yeah, just like swooped it a bit. Sorry about the background noise. There's a heavy truck passing by my window as I record this voiceover. Yeah, and then I just added like like a piece of fabric to kind of do like a headscarf situation. It was cute. I felt very cute. It came together nicely. Short hair and all. And I just tried to cover the headband. And this is what it looked like. So it's the final look. Very nice. And of course, my eyebrow smoothing. And yeah, that wrapped up my work week. And this was now a Saturday. I added some oil. So typically on weekends, I would wear my hair in a little puff. Like I didn't have to do too much. I didn't have to be a performative neat person at my job. Like it's just me in my natural habitat doing whatever I wanted. So yeah. On weekends or on day 6, I would just wear my hair into a cute puff, which I loved. I know it might be hard for others, but honestly, like I just walk around with confidence. And yeah, I will show you later on how I actually modeled it, because I kind of given up because I was sad at this point, and I will explain in a clip. But yeah, this is pretty much how I would do with my hair on day 6. Honestly, well, I'm on my way to braid my hair, so I don't look like. But we are back to where we began at the beginning of this video. If I was going somewhere serious, like running actual errands, I would take more time to mold the shape of my hair, but I'm kind of over it. I don't know if I mentioned in the voiceover, but my tripod just broke. So that's why I'm at this weird angle. My camera broke as well. Like my camera broke on Wednesday morning. Today is Saturday morning, and my tripod has like also packed up. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what. Granted, I've had both those items for over 7 years, but I don't know what's going on. Maybe this is a sign, like the universe is telling me to finally just give up on YouTube. It's not working, because like me buying, no, like when I initially bought this equipment back in 2017. Sorry for now talking, but it's the end of the video. When I bought this stuff in 2017, end of 2017, I had so many hopes and dreams of where I would be with my channel and whatnot. And those, like it didn't happen. Like I'm still not monetized. So when I bought those things, I was like, I'm investing in my future as a YouTuber. It didn't happen. And I'm just like, so the fact that the little equipment I had has decided to pack up within days. Like there's no way I'm replacing that stuff knowing that I make no money on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like it's not even an investment. Like it's me just spending money on a side hobby. And a side hobby that I'm not even as consistent with anymore. I don't know, you guys. I'm just in my feelings right now. Like, so this is literally minutes after my tripod broke and I had to think of a plan. And I'm just like, maybe it's the universe telling me to pack things up and just end it here. Anyways, this is the end of the video. And how I've basically styled my short natural hair. I'm going to get extensions put in. I wanted to do a compilation video at the end of the year of all the colors I will do. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. So I played this back and I did feel shy. I was like, no, to you who's watched a 30-minute video, let me at least show you how I kind of fixed that problem of me having no edges. I just get an afro pick and pull my hair forward to make it look neater. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.